So you're a business owner, right? And you've probably heard this term SEO thrown around. It sounds super technical, maybe a little complicated, and honestly, a bit intimidating. But what if I told you it's one of the most powerful tools you have to actually grow your business? Well, in the next few minutes, we're going to pull back the curtain, demystify SEO, and show you exactly how it can bring customers right to your digital doorstep. Let me ask you a question. If your business had a physical storefront, would you be okay with it being tucked away in some dark, unmarked alley with no signs? No way, right? Of course not. But honestly, for so many businesses, that's exactly what their online presence is like. They're pretty much invisible. And here's why that is such a huge deal. A whopping 92% of all experiences online start with a search engine. And most of those are happening on Google. If your potential customers can't find you there, you are missing out on a massive, massive audience that is right now looking for the very things you sell. So what's the fix? Well, it's search engine optimization, or SEO for short. To put it simply, SEO is just the art and science of making your website more attractive to search engines like Google. The whole goal is to show up higher in those search results without paying for ads. We call this organic traffic, and it's the holy grail. Okay, to make this all feel a lot less, techy and a lot more real, I want you to think about SEO in a completely new way. We're going to use a really simple metaphor. You're building the perfect digital storefront for your business. Yeah, just like a real shop on Main Street, your website needs to be built on a solid foundation. It needs a welcoming, easy-to-navigate layout, and it needs to be in a great, reputable part of town where customers can actually find you. You get these things right, and people will be lining up at your digital door. So this whole storefront thing, it really boils down to three main parts. First, you've got the foundation. Think of this as the plumbing, the electricity, the stuff behind the walls. That's your technical SEO. Second is the interior design. The paint, the shelves, the layout that makes your store look great and work well. That's your on-page SEO. And third, you have your location and reputation. The buzz, the word of mouth that gets people to come find you. That's off-page SEO. We're going to focus mostly on those last two, because that's where most of the action is. All right, let's drill down a bit deeper now, focusing on the two main activities you'll really be dealing with. And the key difference between them really comes down to what you can directly control versus what you can only, influence. Think of it like this. On-page SEO is everything you do on your actual website. It's the words you write, the pictures you use, the way your pages are structured. You're the boss. It's entirely in your hands. Off-page SEO, on the other hand, is all about actions taken off your site, like getting other well-respected websites to talk about you and link to you. You can influence this, for sure, but you don't have that direct hands-on control. Okay, this table here, this really lays it all out. On-page SEO is about making sure that when someone walks into your digital store, it's clean, it's organized, and they find exactly what they're looking for. It's all about quality and relevance. But off-page SEO? That's what convinces them to walk through the door in the first place. It's about building your reputation across the whole internet so that Google sees you as a trustworthy, authoritative source. And let me be clear, you absolutely need both to win. So let's step inside your digital store. That high-quality content? That's your awesome product on the shelves. The articles, videos, and guides that actually help your customers. Keyword optimization is like putting clear signs on your aisles so people know where to find things. Page speed? Well, that's critical. Nobody likes waiting in line, right? A slow website will make people leave instantly. And mobile responsiveness just means your store looks fantastic and is easy to use, whether someone's on a giant desktop computer or their tiny phone screen. And what about your reputation out on the street? High-quality backlinks are like a shout-out from another respected business. They're a massive vote of confidence. Local SEO and things like your Google Business Profile, that's like making sure you're listed correctly in the local phone book and on the map. And online reviews, that is your digital word of mouth, plain and simple. And it proves to customers and Google that you're a business people trust and love. Okay, I get it. This sounds like a ton of work. And as a business owner, you're probably asking the number one question. What's the payoff? What's my return on investment? Let's talk about the money. Well, the cool thing about SEO is that it's not just guesswork. You can actually run the numbers and figure out its potential value. It really just comes down to a simple formula based on four key things. How many people search for what you offer, what percentage of them will actually click on your site, how many of those visitors turn into leads or customers, and finally, what an average customer is worth to your business. And this chart, this shows you the real magic. Think about paid ads. It's like renting a billboard. You get a quick spike in traffic, which is great, but the second you stop paying that rent, the traffic vanishes. Poof. SEO is totally different. It's an investment that builds on itself over time. The work you do today keeps paying you back for months, even years. It's a true business asset that compounds. Now, I gotta be real with you here. This isn't an overnight thing. It's so important to have realistic expectations. You can often see an impact from your on-page tweaks, like improving your content, in just a few weeks. But building your reputation across the web with off-page SEO, that is a long-term play. It can easily take a few months to see those big, meaningful results. But trust me, those are the results that stick around. Now, just like building a house, there's a right way to do it and a very, very wrong way. In the SEO world, we call this white hat versus black hat. And here's the most important takeaway. White hat SEO is all about playing the long game. It's about creating an amazing, helpful experience for the human beings visiting your site, knowing that's what search engines want to reward. Black hat SEO, it's the total opposite. It's a bunch of sneaky shortcuts and tricks designed to game the system for a quick win, and it almost never ends well. These are exactly the kinds of sketchy shortcuts you have to avoid. I'm talking about things like keyword stuffing, where you just jam a keyword onto a page so many times it sounds like a robot wrote it. Or using hidden text, like white text on a white background that only a search engine can see. These things might sound clever, but they carry enormous risks. And look, the fallout from this stuff, it can be absolutely devastating. If Google catches you using these kinds of deceptive tactics, they can penalize your site, burying you in the search results. And in severe cases, your site could be banned or completely excluded from search results entirely. And what does that mean? It means your business becomes invisible online. All that hard work, gone. Okay, so after all that, you might be thinking, where on earth do I even start? Don't worry. Here is a simple 5-step plan to get you started on the right foot. First, just start with an audit of your site to see where you stand. Second, start optimizing your content for the keywords your customers are actually using. Third, and this is a huge one for local businesses, set up and optimize your Google business profile. Fourth, start a simple monthly effort to get more backlinks. And finally, track how you're doing with a free tool like Google Search Console. It'll tell you what's working and what's not. So at the end of the day, it really all boils down to this one question. Every single day, your potential customers are online, and they are actively searching for solutions to their problems. They are looking for a business just like yours. The only question is, when they search, are they going to find you?